Okay, hi everyone. My name is Teresa Lubano. I'm the co-founder at UndaMeta. And today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about UndaMeta. I'm assuming I have a group of creatives who are listening in. So karibu sana. Just a little preamble before I put my presentation up. Um, I come from an advertising and marketing background. Been working in the industry for over 20 years. That is mainly advertising agencies. So sort of rose up the ranks, did a degree in design, started as a junior graphic designer, rose up to all the way to an art director, and finally to an creative director. So in 2022, I decided to pursue my master's, which I completed in 2023. And it is then that, I explored pattern design and I realized I hardly knew anyone who does pattern design. And thanks to a program by the African Hub for Sustainable Creative Economies, myself and my mentor, as well as my supervisor, called Dr. Francisca Odundo, we decided to start UndaMeta. So it was from the university, and now it's incorporated as a brand. So karibu sana. Allow me to just share my presentation with you so that we can begin. It'll give me like a few minutes because I'm spooling. Steve, are you able, once it's loaded, are you able to broadcast it so that when I go through the slides, it's easy for me to read what's on the slides? It's just about to finish loading. There you go. You can proceed to broadcast it. Thank you. So I'll take you through our corporate profile. Now, if you live in Kenya, you kind of can take a guess of what our name is. It's UndaMeta, which simply means in Swahili. The first part, which is Unda, means to make or design. And the last part is to shine. So we combined these two names together because we really love the ring of the word. And intrinsically, it's tied to our ethos, which we believe that, the future shines brightly for African textiles, right? And we're seeing it grow. And so we want to be a part of it. So in a nutshell, UndaMeta is an online platform that offers a curation of various surface pattern design styles, predominantly inspired by the continent. And we offer them up for sale either as pattern design files, so you can actually buy off like a pattern with various colorways, or you can buy the pattern on a fabric, right? And what the platform intrinsically does is that it creates a link between print designers, such as yourself, if you'd like to be one. It connects you with the fabric makers, these are the mills, with fashion producers, and of course, makers. So essentially, we're a digital platform and we lead with design. Our vision is to be Africa's preferred marketplace for the curation and sale of fashionable, African inspired pattern, for the production of unique apparel, but we're also going to enter other spaces like homeware, interiors, and so on. Our mission, which we really hold dear to us, is we want to lead fashion to, in this part of the world, towards a more sustainable and culturally relevant future. And I think this is because we realized that what is African, that is called African, is really not African. If you look around, you will realize that the textiles we consume as kitenge could be coming from, the global north, places like China, Turkey. Like these are not textiles that you would call wholeheartedly African. And also, you will realize that we're not even certain who's the designer, and the production is not being done within the continent. So we really felt we should champion the cultural heritage of what is that which is African. And so what we've done, and part of our strategy as a brand, is we've connected and collaborated with very enthusiastic creatives. We actually had launched with a sort of competition where we wanted people to we asked people to enter their pattern. And so from like 5 designers, we grew into 30 designers right now. And we actually have over 250 textiles as we speak today in a span of 2 years, right? Because the first year was sort of like building. And then the subsequent years, of course, is when now we've started doing the promotion of the brand. So, and for us, what's really important is that we also build a system innovation that essentially is sustainable. Now, what that means is that embedded in our platform is things that are eco-efficient or they foster social cohesion amongst the stakeholders. Case in point, we don't have any textiles inventory. Um, and what we have is really just swatch books for our customers or potential customers who want to see and feel the fabric. But essentially, we only print that which gets sold. So, for example, if someone needs 3 meters for a dress, we will only print 3 meters. So, we don't have stock. And then also embedded in our system is we've sort of connected a lot of the overheads and loaded it on the actual price that you see at the end of the day. So for example, we compensate the designer, we of course pay our suppliers, we also ship free of charge within Kenya. You know, we have designers on our platform who have free access to their dashboards, which is like a mini website. So all this is sort of part of the package. And this is the way forward for sustainable business, right? So we're reaching out to fashion designers, fabric retailers, people who have boutiques that sell garments or they sell fabrics. And the idea here is that now you're able to get a place where you can get authentic and sustainable fabrics at a click of a button, literally. So if and the beauty of this is that you know and you're certain that it's printed in Kenya, made in Kenya. Designers are African designers, meaning you're promoting people who are from the continent. If not, they're inspired by the continent, which really is what cultural heritage is all about. So I'd encourage you to go onto our platform, subscribe to our newsletter, and also just browse through to see how diverse our prints are. The other appeal is we're appealing to we're appealing to our so we're also appealing to our designers. And the idea here is that if you're an illustrator, a 3D designer, a graphic designer, anyone who knows how to make textiles or pattern or can work with graphic tools, it's very possible for you to be a designer on our platform. We don't discriminate. The only eligibility criteria is that you design patterns that are inspired by the continent, which is African, and that's quite wide. And the idea here is that every single time someone buys your pattern, whether it's 3 meters, 10 meters, 100 meters, 500 meters, because that's the limit of printing that we do for the pattern and fabric limited edition, we ensure that you get compensated with royalties. Now, what that means is that for every meter sold, every designer gets $1.38 for every meter sold, regardless of the print. So long as it's your print, it's really something that you will earn. Now, it's as simple as following a link on our website, and I'll just put the link on. I'll put the link on the chat, so for you to just have a look at. And the idea is you just sign up quick. It's very quick. And thereafter, we will onboard you because we check your details, because there's a little bio that you need to indicate who you are. And then we will then allow you to onboard your first pattern. We'll show you how to do it. We have a demo video that explains to you how to do it. And we vet it as well. So we make sure that you haven't sort of plagiarized someone's work. We encourage you to actually design your own pattern using freehand, like sort of sketching, and then coming up with a pattern. And of course, using digital tools to refine it and make it into a repeat pattern. So once we vet and see that the pattern is okay, we then have it show in the front end with your picture, and it's attributed to you. And you're able to track your commissions on your own dashboard, which you have all access to. So you can check every month, every day, and so on. And I think the beauty of this is that we've sort of also democratized textile design and the making of fabric to be very personalized to you, and also to allow variety and choice for our customers. Now, what's in front of you is really what they call a system design for sustainability. It shows how our operations work. As I mentioned earlier, we're a fully digital platform. In fact, our office space is really sort of a place to just come and have tea with us, because we don't have textiles to show you. We have just pretty pictures and perhaps a few framed fabrics. But this chart is really following the principles of a product service system for sustainability. Um, it's really encouraged in the innovation space as a new way of building a system, in this case, for fashion and textile business. So, right in the middle, we have our CMS, that's our central management system, which is essentially built using WordPress, WooCommerce to be specific. And what that platform does is that it manages everything. It manages our inventory, um, which is essentially the curated patterns. It manages payments, it manages all the services, as well as the products itself, where we actually showcase to you on the front end. Now, it also has sort of another layer where we essentially allow the designers to onboard their work. This is what we call the vendor management system, and here is where they're able to check their pattern, to upload, sorry, their patterns, as well as track their commissions. And we normally pay, so they're able to see how much they'll be paid, and we pay them just after we've fulfilled the order. Clients are also able to make payments on the front end to purchase whatever pattern they want, put as much textiles they want, and make payments using PesaPal and PayPal. Now, this could be anyone. We've had artisan makers, corporates, individuals who are looking to make stuff, um, um, as well as just even designers themselves, actually coming on board and purchasing textiles from us. Now, the interesting thing is we've also added another level of service which hasn't been indicated here, where we're also offering stitching on demand, which simply means that you can decide to buy textile from us and then request us to stitch for you. So currently we're stitching almost everything, because our textiles are from heavy duty canvas all the way up to down to your scarf material. So we're able to stitch for you different sorts of linens, including bedding like duvets, sheets, flat sheets, pillowcases, runners, table runners, and things like that. That's tableware, including garments like shirts, bags, dresses, and so on. So this service was only introduced in October of last year, and it's slowly growing. So not only can you shop for textiles, but offline, we're able to sort of invoice you if you'd like them to be stitched. We just need your details in terms of your dimensions, or details of what sizes you'd like these items to be, right? And we always make a recommendation of what fabric is best. Yeah, so let me give an example. Like if you're a hotel, we're able to sort of provide you with things like table runners, napkins, and serviettes, and so on. And we're also able to custom make, say, the colors. You might like a pattern, but you want it in a different color. We're able to do that for you, and also do for you like the production of this and deliver it to you. So again, that's the beauty of this system. We really we're really excited about the future, because I guess this is how also textiles will be consumed. Unlike now, how we have so much out there and we are never sure whether it will ever be sold or not. Whereas for us, everything remains a digital file. And I'd also mention another service, which is our Designers Exclusive Edition. Now, this is a very exclusive part of our website, and here it's closed. So if you're to access our Designers Exclusive section, you'll have to give us more information, including things like your telephone number, your email address, and so on, simply because we are sort of making it closed so that no one plagiarizes the works on this section, because these are design files. And they're really very high end. Our creme de la creme designers spend a lot of time crafting these patterns. And for you to purchase these patterns, they'll not be on fabric, they'll be files. So you'll get 2 to 3 colorways of the very same design or a collection of patterns. And the copyrights of the designers are passed, the designer is passed directly to the client. And what happens is we delete the file from our website, because what's happened is that the client has bought worldwide exclusive rights to use it however they want. So they can print it as wallpaper, they can print it for a chain of stores wherever they're based. And this compensation is then shared between UndaMeta and the designer. And essentially that's what it is. So I think this is sort of the heart of who we are. And as you can see, there are many players. We deal with many players, considering we're a system and not necessarily like a walk-in store or shop. And it's thanks to the platform. So I think I'll go a little bit quickly by just sort of explaining some of the facets in our platform. So the idea is we are looking to work with anyone who's interested in making products using textiles, and we encourage them to join us because surface pattern design is really vast, right? And fabric design is just a 4C. It's just sort of a subset of surface pattern design. So we encourage you to work with us to explore our 4 categories. I've already mentioned them: the pattern and fabric limited edition. You can browse. There are over 15 different types of textiles. We deliver between 5 to 14 working days, depending on the quantities and of course the queue. You can also browse our platform using collections. We've arranged each pattern, like say if you're looking for abstract art, or if you're looking for, say, traditional pattern, you're able to just pick the tab and view. I've already explained our Designers Exclusive allows one to purchase digital artworks, and they're yours to keep forever. We also have an exciting section called our UndaMeta Leso Edition. Now this one, unfortunately, because of the printing process of Kanga, it's a bulk print process. We allow minimum runs of 4,125 meters, right? And that will give you about 2,500 individual kangas that are cut, right? And this process of printing is very different from the process we use for printing from our pattern and fabric design, pattern and fabric limited edition. In that edition, we use digital printing. In UndaMeta Leso edition, we use sublimation, which is lithography. If you know how the industrial printing works, you'll understand. This is how we print the kangas. Now, in terms of directions of what to do, I think it's just simple and straightforward. Go to our platform, choose, because our platform really, on the homepage, it's mainly our pattern and fabric. Choose a pattern you love, choose a fabric you'd like to print on. We already have a descriptor of each pattern, from canvas to drill cotton to our poly cottons to our 100% polyester with a bit of elastic. And the idea is to choose whatever textile depending on what exactly you'd like to use the textiles for, and then shop the number of meterage you want. So if you want to input 7 meters or 15 meters, it's up to you. And then the website will quickly calculate how much. And at checkout, you won't be charged for shipping. There may be a design origination fee for some of the textiles, because some of the textiles, the artwork needs to be resized. And therefore, there are some fabrics that have a small origination fee. But other than that, it's the only price you pay, and we should be able to deliver to you within 14 working days, if not less. Now, remember, also the designer will be paid within those 5 to 14 working days, because the moment we fulfill the order, you'll definitely get a notification, but it will take a few days for us to make your payment, because we want to first print, deliver, then make the payment. Now, for the costs, we charge in dollars just simply because our system, our management system, picks on the dollar system. So we go with dollars, but you're able to switch with our currency converter. And costs start from 11.86 to $17.8. That's approximately 1,500 to around 2,400, 2,500 per meter. Yeah, and I think I won't belabor. For the designer's exclusive, I'd already mentioned, each design goes for $400, regardless of what the pattern is. And there's then a revenue share between the designer and UndaMeta. UndaMeta keep 40%, the designer takes 60%. Yeah, and I think that's it. So these are just images to show you how one print, just with two colorways, can make a plethora of items. And so you can imagine if, say, you buy a designer's exclusive pattern, meaning you get these two colorways plus a third one, you're able to print them on anything from tiles to sunglasses to bomber jackets, make them as wallpaper, bags, and so on and so forth. I guess, the list is endless, right? And then we really, and I think this would not be possible without the great work from the designers. So if you notice, and if you look at our website, you'll see we have designers from far and wide. We have designers from South Africa. We have designers from East Africa, from Central Africa, including even Central and West Africa. So yeah, so it's these talented designers who are on our platform who benefit the most, because their work gets seen and they get known. So even from a just visibility point of view, they get to be visible because they're actually on our platform. And because of SEO, that's search engine optimization, they're able to be found online because they also are being hosted on our platform. Yeah, and I think that's it. This is just a listing of the types of fabrics and the cost for each. This document, you can get it on our website. If you go to our resources tab and just click our corporate profile, you should be able to get a similar document, if not the same one. But this is a listing of all our 15 textiles, predominantly made of cottons. And then there's also a few poly-based textiles, so a mix between polyester and elastic, or polyester and cotton, as well as we have one polyviscose. Yeah, that's it. And then for payments, I'd already mentioned earlier, we accept PesaPal, which already hosts a bevy of different payment formats. So you can even use M-Pesa. It's very quick, 4 minutes. I've done it myself very many times. We can use also your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and so on. And for PayPal, for those who want to pay with dollars, PayPal would be the best way to do it because it only accepts payments in dollars. Yeah, I don't know if there are any questions. We don't accept returns. And this is the team I'd already introduced at the beginning. Thank you very much, Steve, for inviting me. I'm opening the floor for any questions or any reactions. Thank you.